I have been on the board of the Fayetteville Public Works Commission for 6 years, so I'm in the middle of my second term as a board member, and during that time I have served in all four capacities. So currently I'm the chairman. I've previously been the vice chairman, the secretary, and the treasurer. My profession is consulting and advisory work and coaching. So I work with organizations from emerging growth companies to Fortune 500 companies, thinking in terms of how they make their organizations more agile, the intersection of technology and people. What I do for a living works on the board fundamentally because I spend all my time understanding how organizations work. I look at how teams perform. I consider potential areas where conflict may exist. I tend to be very strategic in my thinking in terms of what should we be considering going forward. And I'm always focused on what's in the best interest of who it is that we're supposed to be supporting. And so that is the city of Fayetteville and our ratepayers. The board is made up of four outstanding people. Our just past chair is Wade Fowler, who is the character. He is the comedian. He's the person with the real political chops. And he's a business owner here in our community. Wade provides us with, I'll say, a political view and more of a view that is going to kind of focus on what's the message and how does that apply. Evelyn Shaw owns and operates a company that is an airline concessionaire. And so she does, and she's run a significantly larger business in the food service industry. Ms. Shaw brings a level of steadiness and focus that is, I'd say, extraordinary from the point of view that there are no wasted words, there's no wasted energy. When she has something to say, everyone stops and listens to her. They absolutely understand and respect where she's coming from. So she speaks with an air of authority, and she speaks with a significant amount of experience serving on other boards as well as running her own company. And then finally, we've got Mr. Ralph Huff, H&H Homes. Ralph has built some spectacularly successful businesses in our community, a home builder as well as Coldwell Banker Advantage on the retail and commercial brokerage side. So all together, we bring and come at the challenges and the opportunities on the board from very different perspectives. It's incredibly collegial. We work through our disagreements, I'd say, very effectively, to the point where I think to most people they wouldn't necessarily know that we don't agree all the time, because virtually every vote we've ever given has been unanimous. And let me just say, a lot of it has to do with the quality of the management team, starting with Dave Trago. He is a communicator. We don't walk into a board meeting surprised about what's coming. So I think that's really important as well. Duke is a what they call an investor-owned utility. It's a public company. It's the largest electric utility company in the United States, and its focus is on its investors. Its board is made up of a diverse group of probably executives from around the country, and they're really focused on returning a significant value to their shareholders, and of course taking care of their customers. From PwC's point of view, our focus first and foremost is on our customers. We don't receive any personal benefit in terms of a return on or some sort of profit from PwC. We earn a very modest stipend, and the two questions that we ask consistently is what's in the best interest of the city and what's in the best interest of our ratepayers. That's the basis under which we make the decisions as a board. One of the other important things in terms of it being a public power agency is that we're also customers. So each one of us is concerned about our rates in terms of water, sewer, and electric. So when we do make decisions in terms of increasing rates, we're very conscious of the financial impact it has. As an agency that is directly accountable to the people that we serve, there's just a certain higher level of accountability. Our customers know how to find me. Our customers have my phone number. They know how to reach me on Facebook, and they do. And our elected representatives similarly do. And so there's just a difference in response. If you just take Hurricane Florence, there's a couple of critical things that we did very well, particularly as lessons learned from Hurricane Matthew. The first one was that the elected officials understood you call the commissioners when you have an issue with a customer. You don't have to call an 800 number. You don't have to kind of shrug your shoulders and say, I have no idea who I can call and get help from. They know who to call and who to get help from. They don't always like the answer from the point of view that we've got to prioritize in the event of a hurricane who we deliver services to, but at least they will understand how the prioritization works and why it works the way it does. This particular building that we're doing this in, and I know I'm flipping a little bit here, the building that we're doing this in is our corporate office, and it's where during emergencies we operate out of. And I don't know what the number was, but I'm going to say several hundred people kind of were hunkered down in here in cots the entire time of that emergency. That's a public power commitment. And this is where I get emotional, okay? The commitment of the employees of this organization compared to if you were talking about a Duke or another investor-owned, it's just not the same. We really do care about what happens. The employees of this organization are 100% committed to the success of this community, and that is really what makes it special. This is one of the crown jewel assets of our community. It drives economic development. When a company is making the decision as to whether or not they want to come and reside here, one of the questions they ask is, what's the cost of energy? What's the situation with water? And you don't have to go very far to speak with the chief executive officer of PwC and get exactly what you need to know. It's seamless in terms of our economic development and needing to understand what the impact is and what we're prepared to provide to attract someone. The fact that we've got an advisory committee of citizens that meet once a month, and the staff at PwC shares with them what's going on, and that feedback does reach the board. When interesting things are communicated to the staff about what they'd like to see take place, the board hears that and the board reacts to it. The staff itself and the commission, we've got a very collegial relationship. There's not a wall that we have created that says, I'm smarter than you, or I don't care what your opinion is. The goal here is to have the smartest people, and then the policymakers listen to those, they consider what they're saying, and that's how they make their decisions. What I love about serving on the board is that word serving. It's service to the community. And so that sense of responsibility, that sense that we really do keep the community running is important.